Hi Virgo, welcome to my channel. This is Jess, the Mystical Cat. Happy Thanksgiving, happy November 2017. I am here today with your November reading. Okay. Strong female presence in your environment, Virgo. It might be that you're a female or a male, but there is a strong female energy around you. And by energy, I mean other than your energy. I was tempted to put those two away, but I feel like they do have a message for you, Virgo. So I do see here the Chariot and the Five of Pentacles. I feel like many of you Virgos were trying to travel, but it turns out that you might not be able to do so, or if you do travel, it ends up leaving you very, very tight regarding to financial aspects. I also see here that many of you Virgos are trying to maybe start studying again, or maybe going back to school, or maybe starting like an official structured course of some sort. I do feel like a lot of you Virgos are interested at this moment in expanding your knowledge, but in a more traditional way. So let me just delve into the reading. I hope that you guys have beautiful messages for this November 2017. And if there's any challenging messages, I hope that you guys have the strength to deal with this. Bottom of the deck, at the bottom of your reading, I am going to place this Four of Wands that just popped up. This is the November 2017 tarot reading for the sign of Virgo. Framing the Four of Wands, as I had mentioned before at the top, Nine of Wands. The Chariot, definitely many of you traveling. The Sun covering on the other side. Nine of Wands. Knight of Swords. The Lovers. Three of Swords. Three of Wands. Eight of Swords. The Hangman. Eight of Pentacles. Two of Swords. Two of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. Nine of Cups, Eight of Cups, Seven of Wands, Eight of Wands, and the Six of Wands. So I do see a lot of wands, so there's a lot of energy going on. I also see a lot of swords. We have the Two of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and we also have the Knight of Swords. But I do feel a lot of swordy energy, if you know what that means. I don't know if you exactly know what I mean by that, but I do feel a lot of conflicting thoughts. So there's a lot of tension. You guys might be going through a lot of stress right now, Virgo. I do see that there's stress related to a job, or there's stress related to a travel that's happening. Right here, I do see. So, okay, I had mentioned before when Spirit had messages for you that there might be a trip that you won't be able to do or something like that. I do actually see on the spread that you will have a successful trip. I do see a lot of you guys traveling, but I do feel like at this point, you guys are having issues with that trip. I don't know what that trip is related to. I don't know if it's related to work, or I don't know if it's just a personal trip for leisure that you guys are doing. But I feel like at the current moment that we are right now in November, second week of November, there is a lot of stress regarding to this trip. I do feel like there is work related to the trip that you're doing. Whatever you're doing, you're going to be working over there. But I do feel like the situation will not pan out as well as you expected it. It's not going to be terrible, but it is going to be a bit stressful when you thought it was going to be this great situation. I also feel that you guys are probably exhausted from a relationship. Maybe you just got out of a relationship, or maybe you're planning on leaving the person that you're with. But I do definitely see that there is like another option for you. You feel like there is another, I feel like there's a third party that's trying to get into the mix, and I do believe it's on your end. And I feel like you feel like you would have a more successful and happy life with this other person rather than the person that you are with right now. A lot of confusing thoughts going through your brain, a lot of indecision, Virgo. So And I do feel like the energy is so torn apart. It's like playing tug of war when it comes to love life and financial aspects or work, that is adding up to your stress as well. Definitely good things coming to you, end of the deck. So I do feel like this year you will finish strong. You will get good things. The trip is actually happening. But I do feel also that there's tension related to a male figure. Even if you're a male or if you're a female, I do feel like there is tension with a male in your family environment. And I don't know what the tension is related about, but I do feel like it's related to something regarding to work. It's like in your family environment, but it's related to work. I don't know if maybe you have promised something, like you were going to deliver something, but you got so mixed up in your own projects that you've let people down. And I do feel like the person that you let down was a male. And that is causing tension, but I do feel like that situation resolves really quickly. So I do feel also that there is more tension. You guys are very tense. This is a very, very stressful month for many of you Virgos out there, but I do feel like you guys will leave that behind. I see you guys walking away from the stress and like actually looking away, looking into brighter futures. So maybe this trip that you guys are taking is going to bring a lot of fulfillment into your life. I feel like work related projects aren't working as well as you wanted them to work. So I feel like if you took a new position, or if you started doing something new, or even if you've been there for a long time, I feel like you shouldn't be in this position right now. Like you were expecting to be so much more solid than you currently are, and that makes you feel a bit sad, but it also makes you feel like it's your fault. Like you feel like you are responsible for the situation that you are in right now when it comes to work. Like you worked hard, but maybe you haven't worked as wisely as you should have or as you could have. Anyway, the reading is being covered by the Chariot and the Sun, which is beautiful. You guys are taking that trip, and honestly, you guys need that trip. So that will bring a bit of a brighter future into your life. Very, very good omen, this trip. So definitely, if you aren't going anywhere, if you're not planning to go away, Virgo, I do recommend that you go away before the end of the year. Even if it's a short road trip where you can sleep overnight. You need to get away from where you are right now, and I do feel like you need to do this to align your energy. If you stay where you are, even if you take off vacation and you stay home, the energy is not going to circulate. I believe that you need to go away to a new place, or even to a place that you've been before, but you need to go out there and be one with that place. Even if it's not a naturey place, you need to go out there and actually replenish your energy to then come back and be recharged. So that's one of the strong messages that I am receiving today. Two of Swords, Eight of Swords. I feel like there is a lot of stress in your life, like I had mentioned before, Virgo, but I also feel like you're in denial. Like you're trying to quiet down those stressful thoughts or that stressful situation. You don't want to give it the attention that it needs. But I feel like it's still there. I feel like you need to acknowledge those feelings, because I feel like if you don't, in this particular situation, they just won't go away. I also feel like there's indecision when it comes to love, like I had mentioned before. I feel like you're interested in someone of air. It might be a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, and it's vibing more to me with a Gemini. So I do feel like you might be interested in a Gemini person around you, but I feel like you're already seeing somebody else. So I feel like this would definitely Gemini, actually. Now that I put them down, I also noticed that it's the Lover's card, which is the significator for Gemini, and then Gemini again. So definitely you are interested in a Gemini person, or that person might be interested in you. I do feel like if you guys had a serious relationship, or if you have a serious relationship right now, that is causing a lot of stress. But I feel like the stress is coming from your end. I feel like the other person is happy. Like you're the one that's going through your struggles, but quiet. You're not actually vocalizing that. Maybe some of you had a tough situation to go through at work. I feel like many of you were burning out yourselves for a deal that you wanted to close, or for a performance that you wanted to do, or for a promotion that you wanted to get. Whatever the case might be, I feel like the outcome wasn't the best. So you are now feeling exhausted and heartbroken when it comes to that. Definitely for work situations, I do feel like a new project coming up. I feel like it's doing exactly the same thing that you're doing right now. I feel like it's nothing new to you, like you're familiar with this, but I do feel like it's a different scenario. So I feel like many of you are going to launch a new project, or you're going to start working for someone new. And it's going to be something successful, like I was saying before. It's something that you know how to do, so it's something that you really don't need to do much. And when I say you don't need to do much, it doesn't mean that you're not going to be working. It just means that you don't need to get a lot of training. You're not going to be stressed out, learning new systems and stuff like that. It's just that you're just, think of it like Cinderella. You're going to try on that shoe and it's just going to fit. That's the way I see it. So this is a good, if you're getting a new offer of a job or a new project, if you work independently, I feel like this would be a great fit for you, Virgo. I hope you guys have the best November, the best Thanksgiving, and I'll see you guys next month. Remember to comment, share, subscribe, and if any of this resonates with you, please hit the like button so that other people can get the insight too. Namaste.